Hello, this is Taylor Elwood of MagicalExperiments.com, where you can discover what my current magical experiments are and even take part in some of them if you want. Today I'm going to talk about definitions some more. I know I spend a lot of time talking about it, but I'm going to approach it from a different angle. Today my wife Kat and I were talking about definitions in terms of our relationship and where we'd gotten some of the beliefs and values that we had and how those were influencing our relationship, and just acknowledging that. And one of the things that was really interesting is that we both realized just how much we had been influenced by the past, by other people, and that had shaped our values and beliefs about our relationship. Well, now let's apply that to magic. If you look at magical work, people use magic as a way to change the world. They use it to solve problems, etc. But they're also reacting to something when they're using magic. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having that reaction. What I am saying is that it's worth looking at why magic is going to be a long-term solution as opposed to just a short-term solution. Because often what will happen with magical work is that it'll end up being a short-term solution. You'll solve the problem, and you'll go on your merry way, and then a similar problem will come up down the line. And it's worthwhile to look at what your values and beliefs are. Let me use a good example, money. Alright, so say you have a poor definition of money in your life. You don't really care for money, you're anti-money, etc., etc. Okay, that's your prerogative to believe that. But the reality is that at some point, you got those beliefs and values from somebody. Somebody influenced you to believe that. You didn't just come to it on your own. You had some experiences. Now, if you do a money magic spell to get some money into your life, the question you have to ask yourself is, how long will that money stay in your life? If you have poor beliefs about money, if you're somebody who tends to spend it rather quickly and impulsively without really thinking it through, then it's not going to be there very long, and you're going to find yourself in the same place you were in before. Not much of a solution, if you ask me. But if you're someone who has really good beliefs and values when it comes to money, and you do a money magic spell, what you'll find is that you'll be able to do some long-term results, not just for getting money into your life in the short term, but really looking at how you are acquiring money, period. And it'll change your habits. It'll change your way of thinking. That's important. And obviously, for that to occur, you need to do some kind of internal work. You need to go in and look at your values and beliefs. It also helps to go out there and get some education, read some good books on financial management, things like that. But you won't want to read those books until you change your definitions, until you change your beliefs and values about money. And I say that from experience. I also say it because I've seen other people go through that change, where they didn't really have a good relationship. They started changing their definitions, and suddenly they wanted to learn a lot about money because they realized that they were sabotaging themselves and they could do better. It's the same thing for you. So when you look at magic, ask yourself, when you're doing a magical act, what am I reacting to? What are my definitions? What are my beliefs and values? Are those the ones I really want to have? If they aren't, what can I do to change those, and also to use this magical working to change what I'm dealing with for the long term? That's going to be really important, and it's very important that you keep that perspective when you're doing magical work. With anything else that you're doing, look at what your internal beliefs are and how they're shaping your reality. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.